Hour here at Pink Fresh Studio, whether it's morning, afternoon, or maybe on a replay, you're watching the Craft Hour here on the Pink Fresh Studio channel. I'm your host, Jeff Lindberg, proud ambassador, and ready to bring in the holidays with you on today's Craft Hour. Is it even remotely like fall or any of the Burr months? We're a day away. So have you already started to get your pumpkin spice latte? Shall we fast forward, if you will, all the way over to the holidays and do a holiday card today? I think that sounds fun, right? Well, hey, it's time for the craft hour, and we're so excited to have you here. Jump in that chat and say hello. Hi, Donna Marie. You were the first person in class today, so I'm so glad that you're here. And I love that you love Nichol. That's right, everybody. My special guest today is Nichol Spohr, extremely popular and so much fun to have on. And we have a gorgeous card to show you today. Heather is our moderator in the sky. That's right. She woke up nice and early this morning. It's definitely just morning for her to moderate for you, our Pink Fresh Studio audience. So glad to have you. Let's say hi in the chat. Hi, Wanda. Thanks. Thanks. It's brand new. Yeah, we are redoing everything and we're getting back into Legos. I'm sure that will come into the show today. Lots of Legos are around. I don't know if you can see those. There's some back in the corner next to Hazel Harper there. It's a good time. All right, let's get started. I'm super lonely and I need somebody to celebrate the season with. So let's please welcome today's special co-host. It's Nichol Spohr. Hi, Nichol. Welcome back to the show.
Hello.
We're so glad to have you and happy holidays.
Yes, I dressed up for the occasion.
I can see that you're in Tartan. I think that you know that Tartan is a huge part of my life at Walt Disney World. So thank you for wearing that. But I noticed something on your ears. Yeah. Thank you very much. A little
You're
candy cane
welcome.
Mickey to cheer us on. Maybe it will make us start to feel a little chillier. You know, my view here out of my studio is to the community pool, and the pool is very active here in Orlando, Florida. There is
Yes.
not a burr in sight, but we're still going to make a holiday card today.
Yes.
You look like you're festive and ready to go. You were telling me before the show that no matter whether it's this company here at Pink Fresh Studio or numerous companies, you are already in the holiday spirit. I mean, in the craft industry, you have to be, right?
You definitely have to be. Yes.
We're
It's all
we're
Halloween and Christmas.
Yes, we're in advance. How many people in the chat are already doing their holiday cards? Get ahead of it, right? So today, Nichol and I wanted to show off the Pink Fresh Studio holiday release. And of course, just like usual, we'll be handing out two $25 gift cards moderated by Heather. So be sure to participate. Throw an in the chat if you're here for Nichol. Many of you are. I can already see the ins. And then an NEW for new. We love to know who is new so we can respond to you and get to know you better. And if you're watching on the replay, please engage with us just like you're watching in real time. Not only helps the algorithm, but it helps both Nichol, myself, and Pink Fresh Studio do better on our channels, which is fantastic as well. Nichol, I sent you a text the other day that I thought was very ironic that, do you want to reveal the punchline? The last time we saw each other was
3 years ago.
almost to the date. So we did a show of the Craft Hour 3 years ago with Nichol. So Nichol, we must love giving you a ring for holiday cards, clearly.
Apparently, yes, because when you sent me that, it we did a Christmas card, so
Yeah.
funny.
And it was cute. And I just want to tell everybody it's available in the replay in the channel. So check out your channel guide and you can see if Nichol and I have aged at all. You can see if we look younger and better or if we look tired. Nichol looks more fabulous. I, on the other hand, have lost more hair and gained weight. Uh,
Mine is grayer. I just get it covered.
oh, okay. You're the magic of television, which is good.
Yes.
Okay. Shall we go to our desktops and show
Yes.
everybody what products we'll be working with today? Be sure to hit us up in the comments. Keep talking. We're just going to show you off what we're doing. When we talk about our colors today, Nichol has got a fantastic array of colors for you. We'll be doing a little bit of licorice. We're heading into candy apple, and then we're going to use Emerald City with two variations to help give it some life. We'll do a little bit of mint as well as evergreen. And we're going to be using some Pink Fresh Studio brushes. We're going to have a fantastic background set. This was an oldie, but a goodie. Classically candy cane. That's not the name of it, but I don't know the name, but our moderator in the sky will take care of that. Be rocking some brand new, or at least I am, Nicole's super jealous, but there it is.
I
Uh,
am.
some new brushes from Pink Fresh that they just saw me. I don't know if I'm allowed to show you that, so I didn't think about that. Heather, if that's not allowed to be shown, we will just call that a tease. Okay. Live, everybody. It's fine. All right. This is the product that we're doing. You can look at my screen to see how we made it, but look what she's made for us. We're going to do that card over on her screen. This is the Magical Holiday Set. It's a stamp stencil as well as a better press, or you could use this for foiling as well as a die cut option. We used a sort of opaque pearly, I guess. Which one did
Opal.
Opal, yes, there you go. I don't know if I have Opal because I'm a bad habit of taking it out of the box and not looking back, but
That
that's
looks similar.
most. Yeah. Nicole, did I miss anything? Do you want to show off the card? Show us where we're headed today?
Yes. So here is the card we're going to create with that magical holiday set of products. This was just released here in August. We're going to do a couple of borders, a fun little sentiment, and then I have a habit of not liking to leave a plain background. So we're going to do a really subtle, pretty, shimmery foiled background. And Jeff is going to be using the glimmer plate. And I thought I would show how you can take a better press plate that's really similar. This is the Pink Fresh Diagonal Plaid, and we're going to glimmer this.
Perfect. At first, I thought you said critter, and everybody on the show knows that I'm anti-critter. All you critter lovers, I love you, but I just panicked. I was like, there's no critters. But that's
No critters.
no critters. Thank goodness. All right. Well, I pre-stamped, but why don't you tell people how you think we should get started with this? And even if this isn't what we should start with, you pick. Let's go.
Well, what I would do first is if you have a glimmer machine, go ahead and get it warmed up. Mine is heating up, and while it's heating up, we're going to stamp our borders. I always like to do something else while my machine is warming up. So I am going to grab a half sheet of cardstock here, and I am using the Hammer Mill cardstock today. I find that not only does it glimmer beautifully, but it stencils beautifully too. You can stamp and stencil on it. So I have a half sheet because I feel like this makes it really easy to stamp this twice. And Jeff has his pre-prepped, but I'm going to go wild and do it for you.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. And we wanted to do that so that I can moderate and say hi for a minute. We love when the host can sit back and watch, which is fantastic.
This
Uh,
is great. You're hired for my weekly live.
okay, got it. I will happily moderate if I could watch you talentedly. There's a new word for the day. Everyone say it after me, talentedly. If you can handle it. We're doing a little bit of licorice there, by the way. It makes for a perfect, softer black outline and gives you a nice little holiday gray, which is good.
Yes. I really didn't want it to be a stark black, so that's why I went with licorice. And then instead of moving my stamp, I'm just going to flip my paper around and we're going to go ahead and stamp it again.
That will be extremely helpful too, by the way, because we need to stencil not one, but two of the pieces. The piece was intentionally designed where you could only just do maybe one side and it would have just as much of the same effect. But Nicole's design today has sort of a double. So to save us time, it made sense for us to have an option where you could flip back and forth when we are stamping the color that we're doing.
Yes. And my machine is still heating up, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment as well.
On that one, we're going to use the color of Candy Apple. Candy Apple, of course, is perfect for the holidays, but it makes for a really lovely holiday effect on this particular card because we're going to go green heavy when we head over to our berries.
And there are some amazing better press plates. So if you want, you could always do a better press greeting or a foil your better press plates. Lots of fun options with this line of products. All right.
It's like we're making a card kit. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, since my machine is heated up, I'm going to foil my background. And you foiled yours already, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm all set to go. I even used the uh Heather, you'll have to, or Nicole, you'll have to help me with the term, the re the reusing plates.
Yes.
Heather
Oh, the
is going to be
solid.
so impressed. Solid, yes. Heather's going to be so impressed with my demonstration skills that I don't know the products' names. I'm
Oh, I love it. That's funny. Okay, well, I had a card panel. Oh, good. So sometimes I don't do a good job with my own homework. Good luck. Good news, I have one. Okay, so this is the Better Press plate, which is made to be used with the Better Press. But what is awesome is you can also foil. So I want to do that really pretty tone on tone. So I have my opal foil here, and this one's great because you can see through it. So it makes placement easy. And the other great thing is these plates are big, so I don't have to worry about lining it up perfectly, my card panel. I love that. So I'm just going to lay out my opal foil. I have a 4¼ by 5½ inch panel. Let me make sure before I say that. And I am just going to pop it right here. And we will let this heat up.
Yeah, and conversely, if you have a smaller panel from another design, you could go larger on the paper. And that way, when you cut your A2, either by trimmer or by a die set that you have, it automatically cleans up the lines for you, but it allows for you to have maybe foiled incorrectly or if it spins just a little bit. So Nicole's press is doing that for her this time, but you could do it again like I did with the paper and then cut it down later.
Yes.
That's
That's my favorite tip for all over foiled backgrounds, for sure. All right, we're going to get my die cut machine here so that we can run this through as soon as it is done heating up.
Wanda says that the opal looks like it could be hard to determine front or back, at least on video. Wanda, you're not wrong. It is one of those things you have to be careful of, and
Yes.
you have to kind of teach yourself a little trick about how you lay it to showcase what it is. Nicole, do you have a favorite tip to offer there?
Yeah, I do. So I keep mine in my boxes like this, but what I do is how it comes off the roll, the top side is not the side you foil. It's going to be this side on the inside. So when I lay it out, you may have noticed that I rolled it out this way and then I cut it off. Because if I cut it over here and then I drop it or whatever, I don't have any idea which side is which with this opal.
Really good point. And that happens to you when you do the secondary foiling of it as well on the so that
Yes.
you get the all over, the redo, the multi-use. Heather, you got to help me. I don't know. I don't know the name and I feel bad because it's a great product that I use every single time I foil. Terry, you're going to love that Better Press. If you do, go ahead and get it. We can take a look at that for you. Will Pinkfresh ever do embossing folders? Asked Liz. I'm going to leave that one over to Heather. Yeah, Wanda says she's glimmered many an upside down. Hey, you don't have it unless you have foiled the wrong way. You've got
Oh, I have foiled on this. Well,
look
you
at
can
that.
see
See?
many a time. Okay, let's see how it looks. Look at that. I just love the subtle background. It's so pretty and
Yeah.
perfect foiling.
Yeah. Everybody follow Nicole's tip more than me. I really like mine, but I think that the secret to her design on this one is that white space with the non-glimmer that just gives a whisper of that candy cane effect or that wrapping paper. That's great. Okay.
All right, are we ready to do some stenciling?
I guess I should probably work. It was more fun just talking.
Well, you can continue to talk. No one's gonna I won't force you.
I don't know. I think Heather might call me after
This
class.
is true.
All right, everybody, we're going to grab these magical holiday stencils. Remember, our favorite thing about stencils is that, gosh, they make you look good. It's one of those things where you feel like you can't line up things. Maybe you feel like you're not good at getting a perfect image. When you stencil, it really does a lot of the work for you. Hey, it looks like we've got a total of 5 on this one, my friend. Which one would you like to start with?
We are going to go in order today. I don't always do that, but we're going to make it easy and go in order. So let's start with one.
Okay,
And the mint color of ink is the first color we're going to be using.
great. Speaking of mint, I'm going to mint tape down, thanks to our friends at scrapbook.com, valued partners, to hold mine down and going to line it up. We did that with our licorice, so the perfect licorice lines help Nicole and I know exactly where to line up that. What tip do you have on your end, my friend?
Well, sometimes I use like a grip mat or something like that, but I'm actually just going to hold it in place today.
Sounds,
So no real tip.
sounds good. All right, grabbing a brush. You want me to grab mint, you said? Pulling
Yeah,
up.
we're going to start with mint, and we're going to do both the first border and the second border at the same time. So we'll do one, we'll flip it and do the other one.
Okay.
And I do think that these tiny brushes work really good because these are a small little area, and I like the coverage of these little brushes. If you have a small brush, I know those pink fresh ones are really, really nice. Um, I would recommend them. And we're just going to go in and add a nice base color. I wanted this to be a very bright, cheerful holiday card.
Nicole, we didn't, now that I'm thinking about it, our last card, we did a lot of foiling and then die cutting. We
Yes.
blended together. And your class isn't on your channel. How do you talk about blending? And how do you want people like me who probably overblend or have streaks? Any tips that you'd like to share about blending?
Um, like we're doing here, you mean?
Like practice makes perfect. You can get kind of streaky and heavy sometime. I like
Yes.
uh,
If you find that you're getting some streakiness and heaviness, um, I will just go over things over and over. There are times when I'm blending and I can definitely see that I have way too heavy of a hand. My best tip, if you are seeing some streakiness, I will do it on the darker color. You'll see me do it here, but I'll show you right now as well. So when I pick up my color with my brush, I will often just tap it off on the solid part of the stencil to get a little of that ink off before I actually take it to what I want to stencil. And I
yeah.
find that helps with the streakiness of the blending.
And then this particular stencil has plenty of room for you to blot off,
It
which is,
really does. Or if you have a scrap piece of paper or something like that, or a work surface that you can easily clean, you can always blot it off there. I find with the lighter colors, I don't need to do that as much, but when we get to Emerald City and Evergreen, I do blot
yeah,
it off a
tap
little
that
bit.
off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. That is another really good suggestion. And the quality of the brushes. As we mentioned, I was worried that I had overshown a new product coming out. It releases September 10th, I found out from um, Heather. And these brushes in general and the line that Nicole is using is perfect for that. But the bigger tip there that we want you to hear is that when you're in a heavier color, get rid of some of that excess or you will definitely pay a tax on that one. All right.
Are we ready for stencil two?
Yep.
Perfect. So we are going to go ahead and line up the second stencil. And for this one, we're going to use Emerald City. And I just love how easy these line up. They make us all look like we are the best colorists.
Yes.
So see how I just kind of tap off a little bit there? And then I'll even go back to it and kind of pick up some of that color if I need to. This definitely is that Emerald City color.
Yeah. I recently, of course, like a lot of people getting super excited about the stage to screen adaptation of Wicked the Musical.
Yes.
But I have discovered via social media that there are two Oz historians that have long talked about everything from merchandise of the original movie to the Frank L. Baum books, etc. And they're worth checking out, my friends. So interesting. Great hosts, and they have great rapport off of each other. And they're both on TikTok as well as YouTube. But the way that they're covering everything and re-educating um, everybody on the backgrounds, they just know their facts big time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Highly, highly recommend.
And is that it's an audiobook or a podcast?
Podcast. Well, actually, I'm sorry, YouTube show. YouTube show.
Oh, YouTube show. I've listened to the podcast about some of the missing memorabilia, and it was very interesting.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if some of the same historians,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I thought it was fantastic.
I think her name is Tori. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to it. Does anyone know that podcast? Let me know in the chat. I can't think of it off the top of my head. If my friends are here that recommended it, shout at me.
Right? The other, while we're speaking of green, so you know how I noticed before the show that we both were drinking out of our
Oh,
what on
Stanley.
Saturday Night Live, yeah, big dumb cup. Um, Stanley specifically, and the water talk trend that was going around about how everybody is doing their flavored waters, etc.
Oh, yeah.
I really love the true lemon, crystallized lemon flavoring of orange, lemon, and there's also numerous flavors. I'll stop for a second if you want us to move to a different color really quick.
Oh, yeah. No, we can just move on to stencil 3, and that's going to be our candy apple. We're going to get our little red berries in here.
Okay. In any case, I had, bought a packet that had like a deal of several. Hold on just one second, everybody. Your host cannot chew gum and line up at the same time here. I'm doing this right? It's flipped. That's what it is. Um, in any case, I had bought a variety pack and I had not used the lemon. I mean, sorry, I got that completely wrong. Lime, which is when we were on the green, made me think of that. And so I said, you know what? Everybody loves doing what they say a crispy Diet Coke, like getting a really icy can over ice and then adding just one or two true lime packets into their little glass mason jars.
Okay.
Nicole, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh,
I
is it life? Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. It sounds fantastic.
It's Coke. Everybody, as you saw, we're headed over to Candy Apple. It is Coke Zero for me. You can use any of your favorite Coke products. Getting it nice and cold, of course, then the cold on top of the um, you gotta put it over ice, and then you melt the crystallized natural lime. Oh, and then in a glass straw. Friends, I
Oh
know I
my.
sound like a basic boy, but whew, so
It
good.
sounds fantastic.
I'm sure that there are some Coca-Cola Diet Coke ladies out in the audience today, let alone any Coke product, but I can't see the chat or I would see what people's. I know my Heather loves her tea.
And I'm just having straight basic water. I'm not even doing anything interesting.
Oh,
Ah, look at that candy apple. It just pops in there.
Yeah, like Nicole and I said, you definitely have something doing all the work for you in this instance.
I love it because the time it would take to color this in would be way longer than this stenciling. And it looks fantastic because here's what it's going to end up looking like. I just love it so much.
So Nicole, remind me where we're calling you from. Where are you in Central Time?
I'm in Kansas.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yes, middle of the US. Lots of suggestions, it looks like, in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break out. I'm still on my candy apple, but I
There
want
was a comment, I've missed it, but she said she drinks just plain tap water, has to save all of her money for Pink Fresh products, which I love.
to. There you go. That's great, everybody. We definitely love to hear that. Hey, let me check back in with you all. It's Jeff. You're watching the Craft Hour. If you're watching on replay or here live, why don't you hit, or as the kids say, smash that like button. It's only 53 right now. So if you click it a couple of times for us and get that number over 100, definitely helps people tune into us now, helps join the chat, as well as do more for all of us. So please take the time to do that. Let's get it up to at least, let's say 75, and then Heather and I will give away our first gift card. Does that sound good? I think that's fair, Nicole, don't you?
Yes, and okay, is Heather's our moderator, right?
Yeah, she's here. Yeah.
And are you in Wichita for real? Because that's where I'm at.
Oh, how funny. Visiting a friend in Wichita. Yeah. Here, I was telling you all that she got up super early. She doesn't get that award today. She's usually the one that's up like at 4 a.m. to do these. Um, yes. All right.
That's amazing.
All right, 67. Wow. Yeah, smashing is fun, Cheryl. I believe that. I hope I didn't miss any good water talk comments. If there was, you got to say hi on Instagram and give me your recipes because I love good flavor. All right, I'll stop talking now, Nicole. Where are we headed next?
We are on stencil number 4, and this is going to be our layering for our lighter greenery on our card. And we're going to go back to our Emerald City, which we just used. That's the darker green. And that's what we're going to use for the shading on these our lighter greenery.
Okay. I'm going to pretend like I paid attention to that, but I was doing techie stuff. So one more time,
We're going to use Emerald City.
yep.
And this was the dark color that we used for the other greenery. So we're only using 3 colors. And I like to do that a lot when I am creating. So we used mint for our base color, and then we're using Emerald City on top of that for our detail. For the darker greenery, we used Emerald City, and when we get to stencil number 5, we're using Evergreen. So we've only used 3 colors, and we're able to really get some pretty greenery and shading.
That's awesome. All right, so lining that one back up, and then this is being hit with Emerald City again.
Emerald City. And we just want to, with the detail here, you kind of want to make sure you get it lined up. And I'm
Yeah.
doing more of a tapping motion with these. These areas are pretty small. So you don't even have to, you can do the round motion if you want, but sometimes I just kind of pounce it right on there.
Yeah, especially for those eucalyptus looking leaves.
Yes. And here's what we are hopefully looking like.
Beautiful.
And we'll have one color left after this, and that is our evergreen color. Oh, Kathy says she lived in Wichita for almost 30 years. That's awesome. Louisa says the stencils are beautiful. They are beautiful, and just you get a beautiful result so quickly.
All right, and we have good news. We have a winner that we're about to announce. I'm going to jump over and look at that in a second. Just want to line this one up perfectly because as Nicole shared, this one really deserves to line up or you'll be off just a little bit.
Yes, it's worth the little extra time.
And Nicole, no big deal, but I'm going to need to redo my um, Merry Christmas sentiment because I'm getting some smudging from my ink.
Oh no.
So we'll just do a quick redo
Yes.
on that for me, but I will allow time for that too.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody in the chat. Hello. And congratulations to the winner.
Yeah. So our first winner is BB Mastriana. BB, congratulations. All right, I'm done with my Emerald City A, and then I'm going to readjust this for you all so you can see a little bit better. Apologies. And then are we going to our fifth stencil?
We are going to our fifth stencil. This is our detail for those leaves that we inked in Emerald City first, and now we're going to use some evergreen ink to get that beautiful veining and detail.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to do more of a pouncing motion than actual blending.
Ruth wants to remind everybody that your YouTube channel is a fantastic place to go. So be sure to follow
Oh, thank you,
Nicole's.
Ruth.
At the end of the show, Ruth will, not Ruth. Yeah, Ruth, we're going to call you and you've got to come on the Zoom and tell us. I was trying to say that Nicole will tell us exactly where we can see and find her on all the things. So we'll cover that off in case everyone missed it. And I'm sure that Pink Brush probably links. Please, you all probably don't follow me. You probably follow her. So why am I telling everybody that? I'm probably lucky to get a lift from people seeing you on the show today.
I don't know about that. He's a pretty good host, right, everyone?
My sweet mother is watching and she knows that my college education, she paid for it and television broadcast came into play. So
I love that. That is so awesome that your mom watches.
heck yeah. All right.
And there we go. Look at the detail of those colors. Isn't that so pretty?
Yeah, home run. So
Oh, gorgeous.
so friends,
Okay,
I have a little bit of smudging on my Merry Christmases, but it doesn't matter because Nicole and I are about to cut this thing up.
we are. So the great thing is we have got dies that coordinate with this. So if you want to use one of the other greetings from this magical holiday stamp set, you can totally pick your favorite. I went ahead and picked a very Merry Christmas to you. Let's pick the right one, though. Let's get the right die. And I am going to temporarily tape mine in place to run through my die cutting machine. I do not want any shifting. I would be real sad. And then the border, of course. And here's something really fun about the border. It's going to die cut some little spots in here, so it does a really nice close cut, which I think is fantastic.
It's great. And I think that I might be able to save my
Is it going to
sentiment.
cut close enough to save
Yeah.
it?
Yep. I think
Perfect.
so. If not, you know that after the magic of television, I'll redo it. But let's give it a try. Let's cross our fingers that we can get this on this first pass. A little bit of dead air as both of us die cut, but we'll be right back with you.
Yes. It's always worth it at this point, whether you've colored or stenciled, to just take those few extra minutes to make sure it's lined up before you roll it through.
All right, pass one. Let's make sure that I did exactly what Nicole just taught us to do. Yep, there you go, everybody.
Ah, so pretty.
And a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, look at that.
Then let's pass this through a second time for the other one. You're right about that cut line. That's a great cut line.
Isn't that fantastic? And then I kind of like to flip it over because on this side, it's really even kind of hard to see where those are. But if you flip it over to the back, you can see that it's going to cut out all those little spots. If you have a piercing tool or something, a jewel placer picker, you can just pop those right out. So you can see all those little cutout areas. I just think I like that detail. I think it makes it so pretty. Louisa loves the details. I love that.
Yeah, that's a really great set. All right, let me do the same thing and clean up a little bit on this one. Right. Everybody, when you get your favorite tool, do you ever open it on the right side? I will always open it on the wrong side. We don't need the waxy.
Always.
Sort of like a USB port. Have you ever put a USB in?
I love that.
Am I wrong though? I mean, my
No,
God.
you're not wrong at all. Always, every single time.
Now, did you didn't say that we needed to, so I'm saying no. You think adhesive will be all we need there? We don't need to double cut this guy?
I did not double cut mine, no.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you. All right.
Okay, are we ready to put it all together?
Let's do it.
So what I like to do first is, and I'll show on my finished card here, I love that if you use these borders and you put the greenery down and up, that's going to obviously give us a great little spot for a sentiment. Other ways that you could choose to use this, and I did another card when the release came out. If you flip them this direction, it kind of frames up your card. You could do a greeting here. You could do it, a vertical card like so. Another fun thing when I was playing with these borders that I thought would be kind of cute is if you put them together like this, you could put them really close together and then pop up your greeting right in the center. And I thought that would be beautiful as well. So there's a lot of ways to play with these borders.
Yeah, wow. You're right. That's super fun.
So what I'm going to do, and something I love to do, and I'm going to show it on this one, because we have that beautiful subtle background, I like to use a little foam adhesive or a lot. I know if you've watched me, you probably think, no, Nicole, you use a lot. But I am going to place my bottom border first. So we're just going to pop some foam on the back of this first and place the first one before we put the second one down.
And I am going to have to cut mine, which I'm doing totally fine with, which is great. And Nicole, the best, I think, part of foam tape is that it gives that drop shadow, which um,
Yes.
ever asked in a class or on a live about what takes a card from good to great, there's a lot of good cards out there. But I think that everybody who watches us or is in this community, they already know how to make a good card. But we all tune into each other because we help each other make a great card. I think that's the really big difference between what we're all doing. We've met you, we've seen you out there, and we watch and follow you all too on Instagram. You know how to make good cards. The companies help you get there. It's these little details that elevate the great.
Yes. So when I go to place this down, I just want to make sure that those tips of my greenery aren't falling off. So we're just going to attach our first one. And that really isn't the straightest, and I'm probably going to peel off all of my foil. Don't do this. We're just going to go with it. It's fine. It's all fine.
Well, you've already made the card once, so you know that it turns out fine.
I have. I really wish I'd been a little more careful with that, but you know what? It's okay.
It's doing it live is makes
It,
it harder.
yeah, yeah. So here's something I would do in when this really does happen, because this happens to me all the time. I will probably just trim this up a little bit so that I will have a layer on my card base. It won't be the full card size. Does that make sense, everybody? So when I'm a little bit off. Now, the reason you can put the foam with the backing on your other border if you want. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not going to pull off the backing yet, and I'm going to show you why. Depending on the sentiment that you choose to use for your card, so let's just pop this here. I want my sentiment to be right in between. So I don't want to put it too close where it overlaps too much or too far where it's just kind of floating. I want that Merry Christmas to be right between those two lines, and then the rest of it can be hanging off. Oh, I think I used a different greeting on the other one, didn't I? Oh, that's so funny. Well, whatever. Either way,
I
I'm
think
just winning all over the place today, everyone.
we'll be fine. I think the
And
diversity is good.
yes, there's really no right or wrong in the sentiments here. Same thing goes. And in fact, this is probably a good example. So I use Magical Holiday here. This one I'm using Merry Christmas. So I want that Merry Christmas to be sitting in between those two lines. So I will actually go ahead and I only put my foam underneath the Merry Christmas portion. And I'm going to pop that in place first. And I purposely didn't put any adhesive back behind the little part that overlaps because I can slide my border right in place so that it's perfectly aligned. Yes, a T-ruler, Jenny, is really, I should have got one out. That's a fantastic tip.
Jenny, you're the next co-host. You're going to take over and we're going to watch you because that was smart.
Yes,
That Kathy Zilski would have had a T ruler.
she would have. Oh, I have one, but I don't get it out. We just wing it.
We just wing it, friend. We just wing it.
Gail likes the Merry Christmas. I do too. So I'm kind of glad I made the mistake. I have my air quotes for you guys. There's no mistakes. And
There's
really, any of the greetings would look beautiful with this. So see how I'm just sliding my border underneath? We're just going to slide it right there. And just like that.
Nicole, I might have to make this one again with I might have to make it again with gold Very Merry Christmas.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I also think some like little gold gems would be so pretty scattered on here if you wanted to add that. Happy accidental, Wanda said. Yes.
Yes. Oh, our hero. We love happy accidents. What an icon. What an era.
Yes. And then we just want to take a card base. I'm just going to use a bone folder to make sure it has a nice crease in it.
And why would I have a bone folder right in front of me for a live show about crafting? That would be crazy.
Crazy.
But I do have glue. I take it we're gluing. You don't want to do another foam, right?
I did not do foam. I am just going to glue that base right down to my card, or that background right to the card base.
All right, friends, I haven't even looked over on my little special hosting screen that tells me all the magic, but I can see there's over 200 of you in here. I don't think that we should. Heather, I want you to lock down the other gift card until we get to at least 150. 150, friends, and then we'll give away the second gift card. Right now, I'm lining up my card base and my card top, and there you go.
I think this card would be a great one for those who maybe like to mass produce the same style of card to send out at the holidays.
Yeah,
I think you could very easily mass produce this one, and it doesn't take ages to put together.
yeah, that's great. Teacher, are you seeing mine? Are you good? Is this
Oh my goodness, look at that. That is fantastic.
Did I follow the rules? Okay, good. I've got to get I gotta get my mint shows up a little
A little
neat,
washed out, but
washed out. I need
I
to,
think it's just the camera.
yeah, I need to tighten my camera colors up a little bit.
Because isn't that mint pretty on there?
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, let's go back to, speaking of pretty, let's go back to my pretty face, everybody, and say hi on that. Nicole, you want to come back live?
Yes.
Let's read some comments and then let's remind everybody about some fun stuff that you're doing with Pink Fresh Studio. We have 205 of you watching and 117 likes. Get us up to that 150 and we'll throw another gift card into the mix.
That would
Judy
be
was throwing,
amazing.
yeah, Judy was throwing some good tips there. Gail says that you're a great teacher. Always love Nicole's classes. I agree.
You.
Look at her YouTube award behind her, everybody. She knows what she's doing if she's got one of those, which is good. You've both done a fab card. Hi, Cheryl, fellow co-host. Cheryl's episodes are available on the channel as well. You can check her out. Beautiful cards. Hello again. Lovely card says, yes. Yes, Louisa. We did the foiling at the top of the show today. You can watch that. And we also gave some really fun tips on how we did that, and some ways with a background like the one Nicole was using, how you can protect yourself from foiling the wrong side. So, Nicole, let's talk about more holiday cheer.
Yes.
We love to do our Create and Connects here on the channel, and I will get to see you. I just realized that I will do that show as well. I think I am.
Yay.
I'm booked for it, I think. But in any case, I'll be your host for that show and we'll talk then. But for those of you who haven't joined yet, first of all, what are you waiting for? Creating and connecting is what we're about at Pink Fresh Studio. And there are kits still available that you can join and have fun with the holiday Create and Connect. Nicole, are you allowed to talk about, I didn't ask, are you allowed to talk about the class you're teaching or yeah, I guess, I don't know.
I don't know what all I can say. I mean, I am teaching a class. I'm very excited about what we're going to be doing during the class. Heather has to tell what we can say and
Yes,
what we
I'm
can't.
waiting. I'm watching for her in the chat. She will either tell me here on the private one or she'll say it over on the channel. We'll wait
Yes.
and see.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I'm very excited. And what I will tell you is that the kit you guys are going to get if you signed up is incredible. Incredible.
and you see a lot of product. I will tell you that a lot of product comes across your desk, so giving it a thumbs up shows that it's really good. Ruth said that she did Create and Connect last weekend. She said it was so awesome. Well,
Oh,
Ruth, I
that's
hope that you come back.
great.
That's great. Jen says that the Pink Fresh Studio events are amazing, and Chantra says that she can't wait for it as well. Let's see. Nope, don't know yet. So there's still time to sign up. That's right. Heather wants to remind us that we've still got plenty of time to sign up, so you can join us. And Madge says that she's ordered these dies because she loves the phrase magical Christmas. Yeah,
I
that is,
love
I
that.
will say that Pink Fresh does a fantastic job of really thinking about its copy and understanding how to turn phrases a little bit differently. They get a little emotional in the right spaces, and then they stay neutral is the wrong word. Clear. They're very clear in what they're supposed to, but they always have a beautiful turn of poetic phrase on it too.
And their fonts are some of my all-time favorite.
Oh,
I just think they're very classic, but just like the little thing where the letter I in there is kind of tucked into, whoops, the L. I love that.
yeah,
Little
it's all the
details
details.
like that.
Linda says, can you put a link in for the class? Yeah, we could totally do that.
I
That would.
think it's a little bit higher. I can see it, Linda, that I believe
Oh,
that
there
it's
it is. It
popped
is
in
up
there.
there. Yeah. Slide back up, Linda, and you can see it there. All right. What do we got? We got 143, just seven more. Come on. Look, did you see that? Did you hit the thumbs up? Because Nicole and I have already hit our thumbs up. If I wasn't using the camera for the down, I would have hit it to help you all. Just seven more, and then we'll give out our second ones. Nicole, remind everybody where you can be found outside of the Create and Connect event and here on Craft Hour.
You can find me at Nichol Spohr on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. Um, I think that's most of the places. So it'll just be underneath my name and would love to have you visit me over on my YouTube channel. I do lives almost every Friday, and it's just fun where we play with crafty product and see what happens.
And Elizabeth just wants to remind us, she did her homework, everybody. She hit thumbs up. So if we're not giving out, oh, we're at 152, so we can give it out. I was
Oh,
going to
nice.
gift guilt trip. The other thing that Nicole works madly on is our partner company, Simon Says Stamp, who is getting ready to produce Stamp Timber. And Pink Fresh Studio proudly joins all the efforts with Stamp Timber. We don't have an official release date of our stamp option coming out for Stamp Timber, but we participate. So, Nicole, I'm sure that is across your desk right now too, and you're preparing for that. So there's so much going on. There's so much product available for the holidays.
Already made my card too.
Oh, great. Don't you love getting ahead, which is fantastic. All right. Well, friends, I think that it's time for our second name. So, Heather, when you're ready, you can have the randomizer give us a different name. Chat fast, everybody, so you can be thrown in so the computer knows that it's you. It is going to be Michelle Harris as our second
Oh,
winner. Congratulations.
congratulations.
Michelle and BB, you are headed into a $25 gift card available by sending a note to Leah at pinkfreshstudio.com, and then we will send it to you. I'm sure that Leah says hello to everybody as well. All right, Nicole, what you got planned today? I've got to go and get my lime, my true lime for my big dumb cup. What are you doing today?
Well, I got to tell you that that sounds fantastic. So if you get a text from me from the store later, answer. No. Um, I just have a little bit of finishing work to do for Stamp Timber kickoff. I did a little bit of work for Pink Fresh already this morning for the Create and Connect. So
Oh, good.
yeah,
Awesome.
and then hopefully just enjoy the long weekend for Labor Day here in the US. How about
Yeah.
you?
I do I really am going to go get more lime packets because now I'm obsessed with that. So that's a priority. But Dan has been sick. We did the COVID test. It was not that. And he he got on a little spree this morning and he cleaned the entire house. So guess what? The house is ready for a 3-day weekend.
We'll send him over here.
I know. Tell him to come on over and get his germs out of your house too. Yeah. That's fantastic. But fresh sheets and everything. I'm super excited, which is
Oh, how
been
nice.
doing the separated thing just in case that the COVID test wasn't picking up.
Yeah,
But it's great. All right, you want to hold your card up one more time and then we'll say
I
goodbye.
do.
Look at that nice little glimmer of the opal in the back, which is fantastic. Gives us extra dimension because of that foam tape. And like Nicole said, great for mass producing, which is fantastic. All right, everybody, have a great Memorial Day weekend as we head into September. Get ready for a fantastic fall. Hey, if you don't know me or follow me, I hope if you're watching my show, I hope you know me already, but please follow me on Mr. Jeff Lindberg. It's really the only thing I do. I don't do any blogging. I am trying to do the TikTok, but nobody's following me over there. But maybe if you are a TikTok
Well,
fan,
maybe we should go follow you over
yeah,
there.
maybe we should do that and we could talk about lime water. All right, everybody. Have a great time. We got another craft hour coming up, and it's going to be the fantastic Kelly Zilski. CZ is going to be joining us. That's going to be fun. And she is going to do a fun design that we will announce soon. And the date is set, but frankly, I don't know what it is, but it's coming up. I didn't know product names and I didn't know the dates of the next show. Nicole, I'm winning. I'm good. I'm sure I'm going to get fired after this. All right,
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
As my sweet Southern mother says, love you in the morning. All right, talk to you later. Thank you,
Bye,
Nicole.
everyone.
Great. See you soon. Oh my gosh, Nicole,